Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear friend, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Aftab. I am a child specialist in Pakistan. I am doing MRCPCH. I have cleared part 1 of MRCPCH, that is FOP and TAS. This is my second video. My first video was all about introduction of MRCPCH. Now in this video I will discuss about how to study for MRCPCH part 1, and my learning objectives are introduction of exam and its type, resources for the exam, the major challenges, and the study plan to overcome these major challenges, and the end with the conclusion. As in my previous video I discussed this slide that there are 4 exams in MRCPCH: 3 theory exams, foundation of practice, theory and science, apply knowledge in practice, and the last one is MRCPCH clinical exams. Theory exams can be taken in any order. No sequence is required. You can give part 2 apply knowledge of practice exam first or part 1 exam first. It's your wish and depend on your knowledge and experience. For clinical exam, you must pass all the 3 theory exams. Now this is the whole syllabus for the theory exams. Make your plan according to this system-wise syllabus. I will discuss this study plan in the coming slide. There are 2 types of questions come in part 1 exams. Number 1, single based answer types. Number 2, extended matching questions. In single based answer types, 5 options are given to answer the question. Select the best answer from these 5 options. Indeed, the single based types have 5 options that are all partially corrected. But one answer is superior. You have to select this superior answer. To select the superior answer, required to understand the topic in the depth. Single based answer types are most difficult questions in any exam. Now extended matching questions. In this case, a list of 10 possible answers is offered with 3 questions which are usually clinical scenarios. The candidate choose the best answers from the list to match the given questions. So basically there are 3 questions in one question. So in this time they might ask you, what is the most likely diagnosis? Which investigation is most likely to lead to diagnosis? What is the best next step? What is the best advice to give to parents? What is the most likely pathogenesis of this condition? What is the most common cause of this? You have choice. You can give both FOP exams together or you can give them separately. If you plan to give FOP only exam, then preparation time you need is about 3 to 6 months. Daily study should be 4 to 8 hours, at least for 5 to 6 days per week. In last 10 to 15 days, study time should be 10 to 15 hours. It depends on individual background knowledge, their way of study. FOP exams assesses a candidate's knowledge, understanding and clinical decision making abilities. It aims to ensure that you have reached the standard of someone entering a core specialist training. FOP exam time is 2.5 hours. More clinical oriented questions, typical combination of 79 single best answer type and 6 extending matching questions. One extended matching questions contain 3 questions, so 6 into 3 is 18. So total number in FOP exams are 97. Resources for the FOP are clinical cases for FOP book, illustrated textbook of pediatrics, pediatric survival guidebook, pediatric and neonatal guidelines, past test question bank which is online subscription, recall papers, sample papers, ethics and palliative notes. All these materials are available in my Telegram channel. Link is given below in the description. Some pictures of the FOP resources book: pediatric guideline, neonatal guideline, illustrated textbook of pediatrics, clinical cases for foundation of practice, pediatric exams, a survival guide. Now if you plan to give TAS exams only, then you need 3 to 6 months for preparation. Daily study time is same as FOP, 4 to 8 hours for at least 5 to 6 days per week. It also depends on individual variations. TAS exams test your basic scientific, physiological, and pharmacological principles of clinical practice and of evidence-based practice. TAS exam time is same as FOP exams, which is 2.5 hours. More basic questions, typically combination of 70 single best answers and 10 extending matching questions. So the total number of questions are 100 in TAS exam. Resources for the TAS exams are clinical cases for TAS book, Science of Pediatrics, SOP, which is a textbook, USMLE Step 1, which is a basic science book, statistics notes, past test questions bank, which is online subscription, recall papers, sample papers, ethics and palliative notes. So these are the pictures of TAS book, clinical cases of theory and science, USMLE first aid step 1. This is past test website screenshot, the science of pediatrics. So the basic difference between TAS and FOP questions are: FOP questions, clinical oriented questions like diagnosis, investigation or management. TAS questions are the basic science behind that of clinical signs, symptoms and intervention. If you plan to give FOP and TAS exams together, then you need 5 to 6 months at least. In daily time 6 to 10 hours, study for 5 to 6 days per week. Last 10 to 15 days fully dedicated only for study. Resources are combination of FOP and TAS resources, that is clinical cases book for TAS and FOP, Science of Pediatrics for the TAS, illustrated book for the FOP, neonatal and pediatric guidelines for FOP, past test questions, online subscription for both, recall, sample paper for both, statistics for TAS, pharma notes for TAS, palliative and ethics for both, basic science medical, our USMLE step 1 book for the TAS exam. So these are the pictures, same as already discussed. Now this is a very important slide. What are the major challenges in any exam? Same for MRCPCH exam. Number 1, time management. Number 2, concentration. Number 3, mental exhaustion. Number 4, distraction. So for this important exam, I will give you some hints in the next slide to overcome these major challenges. There is one saying, before the battle, prepare your weapon and yourself. So battle is your exam, weapons are your books and knowledge, and you are the soldier. So prepare well before you apply. Again, very important slide. People ask me about my experience and how I passed my exams. So here it is my study plan. First, study the chapter system from a textbook, then do guidelines for that system. Solve case question from case book of TAS or FOP and review their answer in that book. Do past state of this system, do recalls of that system, move to next system order wise. Do first reading like this, then revise twice. Repeat important topics as many times as you can. Do sample papers in a time frame. Continue with the study plan. Ethics and palliative are very important. So whenever find any questions about it, solve it. If possible, making a notes from RCPCH website for ethics and palliative. Make your own hand notes, which are very helpful. Revise science of pediatric boxes, especially metabolic ethics, pharma, etc. Leaving recalls and sample paper to the last week is a mistake. Do it earlier as soon as you can. Recalls and sample paper are very important. Be alert doing recall papers because that contain a lot of mistakes as they are recalls. Study in a small group of people who will help each other. Revise and revise many times. Few key books like clinical cases for the TAS or FOP, guidelines for both pediatric and neonatal, survival guide book, most important to boost your knowledge. A lot of study before exam is very bad. Study every day and revise it after few days. Study hard but in a smart way as I explained. So this is my experience. You can overcome the major challenges from this study plan. So the journey of MRCPCH is very long, tiring and difficult, but in the end it's worth it. So take the first hardest steps, then press the accelerator pedal and finish the jobs and get huge reward. So with this I am ending my presentation. I hope this video will be helpful. Kindly do subscribe my channel. All the important links are given in the description below. Thank you and best wishes.